Hello, dearies. You're in luck because I actually posted more this week than I ever thought that I was going to be able to do. And before I get to reading, I have a story for everybody. So today, for most of you living in New England, you all know that it was probably 95 degrees out. I don't even know if that's right, but apparently that's what the weather said. So naturally, I was really hot. I babysat, eight to two, and they have no air conditioning, so I was dying the whole time. Then from there, I went to work, and I have naturally really, really, really curly hair, and in conditions like this, as any girl's hair does, it gets frizzy and curlier and grosser, and yeah. So I go to work, whatever, and I headed up today in like a little clip, and as it tends to, come out, get loose, whatever. And so my boss comes over to me and she goes, I don't even know what she called it. She's like, we're gonna have to get you one of those blah blah blahs for your hair. And I'm like, what's that? And she goes, your hair's a mess. It looks bad. I was like, oh, okay. So I literally got told that my hair looked bad by my boss. And then, like an hour or so later, she comes back over to me and she goes, did I offend you or something? I wanted you to look professional. I'm like, oh, no, blah, blah, it's the heat, it's hot. I really couldn't do anything about it. And she goes, oh, ha, 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 well, if you want to brush it, that's fine. Are you freaking kidding me? No, I'm not gonna freaking brush it. This is my hair. I'm freaking working for you. I don't give a crap if my hair is freaking a mess and looks, I have fly away curly strands. I'm sorry, it's freaking 95 degrees and it's humid. Are you kidding me? But anyways, I just had to. I thought I'd elaborate on that and let the world know that freaking is stupid and retarded. But fourth one tonight, and I know I'm sorry I keep repeating things. I've only done 5 books. Oh yeah, 3. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing more books than I have. I guess. All right. Well, I'm gonna try to find the 3rd book and the 5th book. A couple of mine, some of my sisters, so they're throughout the house, but I'll try to find them. Okay, so let's pick any page. Goblet of Fire today, page 628, if you want to follow along. Harry and Cedric stood there in the darkness for a moment, looking around them. Then Cedric said, well, I suppose we'd better go on. What? Said Harry. Oh, yeah, right. It was an odd moment. He and Cedric had been briefly united against Crumb. Now the fact that they were opponents came back to Harry. The two of them proceeded up the dark path without speaking. Then Harry turned left, and Cedric turned right. Cedric's footsteps soon died away. Harry moved on, continuing to use the 4-point spell, making sure he was moving in the right direction. It was between him and Cedric now. His desire to reach the cup first was now burning stronger than ever, but he could hardly believe what he'd just seen Crumb do. The use of an unforgivable curse on a fellow human being meant a lifetime in Azkaban. That was what Moody had told them. Crumb surely couldn't have wanted the Triwizard Cup that badly. Harry sped up. Every so often he hit more dead ends, but the increasing darkness made him feel sure he was getting near the heart of the maze. Then, as he strode down a long, straight path, he saw movement once again, and his beam of windlight hit an extraordinary creature, one which he had only seen in picture form in his monster book of monsters. It was a sphinx. It had the body of an overlarge lion, great clawed paws and long yellowish tail ending in a brown tuft. Its head, however, was that of a woman. She turned her long, almond-shaped eyes upon Harry as he approached. He raised his wand, hesitating. She was not crouching as if to spring, but pacing from side to side of the path, blocking his progress. Then she spoke in a deep, hoarse voice. You are very near your goal. The quickest way is to pass me. So will you move, please? Said Harry, knowing what the answer was going to be. No, she said, continuing to pace, not unless you can answer my riddle. Answer on your first guess, I let you pass. Answer wrongly, I attack. Remain silent, I will let you walk away from me unscathed. Harry's stomach slipped several notches. It was Hermione who was good at this sort of thing, not him. He weighed his chances. If the riddle was too hard, he could keep silent, get away from the Sphinx unharmed, and try and find an alternative route to the center. Okay, he said. Can I hear the riddle? The Sphinx sat down upon her hind legs in the very middle of the path and recited. First think of the person who lives in disguise, who deals in secrets and tells naught but lies. Next, tell me what's always the last thing to mend, the middle of middle and end of end. And finally, give me the sound often heard during the search for a hard-to-find word. Now string them together and answer me this. Which creature would you be unwilling to kiss? Harry gaped at her. Could I have it again? More slowly, he asked tentatively. She blinked at him, smiled, and repeated the poem. All the clues add up to a creature I wouldn't want to kiss, Harry asked. She merely smiled her mysterious smile. Harry took that for a yes. Harry cast his mind around. There were plenty of animals he wouldn't want to kiss. His immediate thought was a blast-ended scroot, but something told him that wasn't the answer. He'd have to try and work out the clues. A person in disguise, Harry muttered, staring at her. Who lies? That'd be an imposter. No, that's not my guess. A spy? I'll come back to that. Could you give me the next clue again, please? She repeated the next lines of the poem. The last thing to mend, Harry repeated her, no idea, middle of middle. Can I have the last bit again? She gave him the last 4 lines. The sound often heard during the search for a hard-to-find word, said Harry. That'd be a... hang on. There's the sound. The Sphinx smiled at him. Spy, said Harry, pacing up and down. A creature I want to kiss. A spider! The Sphinx smiled more broadly. She got up, stretched her front legs, and then moved aside for him to pass. Thanks, said Harry, and amazed at his own brilliance, he dashed forward. Well, that's all for tonight. So like I said, I'll try to find my other 2 missing books. I know that I have the 3rd one because that's personally my favorite book. And I remember, I know I have it, so I'm going to try to find it. If I do find it, that'll be next. If I find the 5th one, that'll be next. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm running on 7 minutes. Sorry this one was so long. I didn't do that intentionally, but good night, dearies.